So I live in Zimbabwe, and Zimbabwean internet service providers are not the best. That's why I moved on to Starlink, and specifically I bought the Starlink Mini, which I am going to review in this video. So moving on from the unboxing experience, we have to talk about setting up our Starlink Mini. And the Starlink Mini was actually meant for portability, especially for people who are traveling. So putting it on a car or actually just putting it outside on the open space is actually a good idea. But for us, we're using it for residential use. So we needed to mount it permanently, mainly because if we wanted to leave it laying around, it would end up falling and getting broken. So we ended up mounting it. I actually found a ladder in the neighborhood and I asked for it and I mounted it. So another thing was that the pole mount, I didn't get an official one from Starlink, mainly because it's very expensive. So I actually removed an old satellite dish we were no longer using. It was just laying up there, so I removed it and just put in our Starlink Mini, and just like that, everything was done. The main problem here, like a main challenge that you're going to face, is going to be alignment. Alignment is very, very difficult. I think I spent some around 3 minutes or even more, I don't even remember, just trying to align the thing. So I think you can see in the screen recording that I'm going to share that almost every single time, like when you move it shows aligned, no longer aligned, aligned, no longer aligned. I think I actually aligned it by luck, and I think that's the number one thing that I can actually think of and say, if someone is actually having a hard time doing this, hiring a technician to do it seems like a good thing. But obviously, if you're on a budget, you have to never give up. So in terms of setup, that's the only problem you're going to face. Otherwise, everything else is just peaches and pie. So another good thing about the Starlink Mini is how portable it is, and that's what I wanted to talk about mainly. If you look at its design, you can see that this thing was actually meant for someone who's traveling, and I think it can fit into a bag without any problem at all. And I think you can actually walk around holding it like a book, because it's very, very small, and I think if you're going to be traveling with it, it's going to be no problem at all. And I think that's how it actually affects the range, mainly because it is an inbuilt router inside it. Is different from the standard kit, which is like a separate router. That's why the range is going to be like difficult on the Starlink Mini. So in terms of design and portability, it's meant for people who are going to be traveling. It's lightweight and it's very easy to travel with. Another thing is also with power consumption. The Starlink Mini was actually made because of those two problems. The standard kit was not portable, and the standard kit also had huge power consumption issues, mainly because for people who are going to be traveling, they are using like lithium batteries and other stuff like that to get power, and they are not going to be using electricity all the time. So buying a standard kit for someone like that is going to be difficult to get that internet connectivity that they are looking for, especially when the standard kit is using like more than 100 watts. When you actually off grid, that's going to be a problem. But for me here in Africa, electricity it's almost never available. In Zimbabwe, I'm actually getting electricity somewhere around 10 p.m. the whole day, nothing. So we're actually using an inverter. It's like a 500 watts inverter and a battery to actually get that through. So that's actually another good advantage of buying the Starlink Mini. But other problems are going to come along the way that I'm also going to talk about. So I think those are like the benefits and also the disadvantages of buying the Starlink Mini.